Good afternoon, and welcome to our virtual panel discussion. Today I'm joined by three digital transformation experts, and we'll talk about how membership-based organizations can innovate during the COVID-19 crisis and how they can come out stronger on the other side.
Organizations really need to come to the terms that there's no such thing as the real world and the online world anymore, or the digital world and the real world. That bifurcation is gone. Your reputation, the way you manage relationships, the way you communicate is all done online.
Some people felt that they had a superpower in those spaces, and this feels like they've lost a superpower. So building a new digital superpower is something that we can maybe focus on as we talk through today.
A lot of things that were previously being done, especially, from in-person strategy of a conference to then transforming that strategy into a virtual conference, they have found it very difficult, and the roadblocks of really trying to find the right platforms, trying to find the right guidance, and really leveraging it to stay engaged.
And I think in some respects, planning for 2021 is a lot easier because I can just expect that there will not be any live events where you have in-person, face-to-face networking, and you have to be thinking about virtual events, in either a live or a recorded setting.
We have all relied on each other. Each of us have brought a different strength.
Internally, I find to just have team and one-on-one meetings are essential, and to have those kind of individual touch points, the same that I would in person, and try to make sure that there's time for water cooler talk.
One of the things that we've seen is finding ways to use technology and digital solutions to deepen the human connection, because that really is something that in the first months of the pandemic especially seemed to be missing from that sense of engagement.
Take the time to find strategists within your organization and outside your organization to really help you kind of put together the digital mechanisms that you need for this transformation, so that you're a digital first or digital primary shop.
They are data-driven decisions, and it's really come down to our audience, and that's the only way. And going back to being, more personal, more one-on-one, the only way that we've been able to continue to have healthy engagement.
Because everybody you're talking to is getting hit by a bajillion messages. So we need to make sure that there's a really clear value proposition of why they're members, what they're getting out of it. I never was a street corner singer, but I know that if you stand on a busy street corner, you'll get more quarters dropped into the bucket than if you're in a non-busy street corner.
Recognize your brand for what it is, for who you are, your voice, and the value that you give your members, and start from there. Again, make sure that you can talk about a lot of different things with them. Don't feel like your social channels or your emails are just stuck on asking for memberships or thinking about events. There's a lot of micro interactions that you can have throughout a day, throughout a week, in talking with folks, of getting your message out there.
Think about the voice of your members, because you have some commonality, as to get to Garth's point, you have some commonality as a brand together.
That about wraps up our Q&A time. So thanks so much to those of you who submitted questions, and especially to our panelists for sharing your insights. Hope you have a wonderful afternoon.